AITA for strongly opposing a paternity test for my brother. I am 16M and have recently been dealing with the fallout of finding out that mom had an affair 11 years ago, and that my brother Danny, 10M, might not be my dad's. They're now getting a divorce, and in the middle of all of this it turns out that dad wants a paternity test for Danny, and if he isn't his he doesn't want custody or to support him after he turns 18. I found all of this out because I happen to have been eavesdropping, which is a habit I've had since I was a little kid and clearly a necessary one because neither of my parents can be trusted to make smart decisions. I basically told mom and dad that if they went through with the paternity test and it was negative and dad cut Danny off like he was planning, he would lose me as well. I would oppose living with him after the divorce, I would make any visits absolutely miserable, I would go no contact with him the moment I turn 18, and I would side with mom if I have to testify about anything in the divorce. Dad tried to say that he had to know because symbol of betrayal someone else's kid blah 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 blah. Look, I understand, I really do, but they've told me my whole life to focus on myself and my siblings and let the adults handle the adult problems, so I'm cashing that in. He can work it out himself. He said that I was being unfair and I needed to look at it from his side and not mom's. I told him I'm not on mom's side, I'm on Danny's side. I reminded him that when I was 6 and mom got back from hospital he put Danny in my arms and told me I had to look out for him because I'm his big brother. This is me doing exactly that. Dad offered to do family therapy. I said that that was a great idea, after the divorce is finalized with Danny being treated the same as me and our sister. If he plans on cutting Danny off if Danny turns out to not be his biologically, no amount of therapy is gonna fix that, and no amount of therapy is gonna get me to accept his decision. Best to just not do the paternity test in the first place. The rest of the family is split. Kira, my sister, 14, says that dad has a right to know. The weird thing is that with my grandparents it's actually mom's parents who think everything is best out in the open, and dad's parents who think some questions are best left unanswered, granddad's words, not mine. Nan reminded dad that he'd been raising Danny for 10 years and is his father in every way who matters, no matter who's bit squid get into who's and made him. Basically I'm officially cashing in my, worry about yourself and your siblings, not the adults, card and focusing on what's best for Danny, not anyone else. Me and him are a package deal, if dad cuts him off, he loses me as well. Once the divorce is finalized and we hit a new normal dad will see reason and will stop being so curious about whether Danny is biologically his, because he's dad's in every way that matters. Edit, to clarify, he's saying he wouldn't want custody of Danny or to support him in any way past 18 when child support would likely end. As in just acting as if the last 10 years never happened and cutting Danny off emotionally and acting like they're strangers and he's not Danny's dad.